Virgo, how you doing? So yes, I am on the camera. Yes, I also heard yes, yes, as in you're just about to get some kind of success. The secret of my success. They're saying something about trying to succeed. And I also heard, if first you fail, try again to succeed. Because there's something about seeding and also receding. Receiving, some kind of receiver and a phone call that you could be on the other receiving end of. They're saying on the receiving end of something, but definitely picking up a receiver. So expect phone calls or making a lot of phone calls. I think it's you could be making a lot of phone calls, but you're waiting for a phone call to arrive to tell you something about a successful future that you have lined up. Okay, because there's something about lining things up. Lining, or also lion as in possible Leo, but lining things up and getting everything sorted so you can make this move. They're saying something to do with the move, but on the receiving end of something. Okay, lying. I'm also hearing lying as in like, oh, I just heard lying to someone, or lying to oneself. Sorry, Virgo. Someone's saying like lying. I'm just seem to be lying down or lying down. I'm not sure where that one's coming from. They're not saying much more. Lying, they keep saying lying. It's lying, or someone's lying, or someone keeps feeling that someone's lying, like it's just like questioning. So it's coming through as kind of a message of questioning yourself, but also questioning someone else. And it's coming across, are you lying? Are you lying? Are you lying? And it's like, no, I said something. And it's like, no, are you sure? It's like, yeah, I'm sure. And it's like, but are you lying? It's like, no. So it seems to be very a strange message. So I think that it's a lot to do with receiving and giving, equality of communication. And that it seems to be some kind of like mixed energy of someone trying to get someone to do something. It feels like, will you do something? That came through for another reading. Will you do something? I think that came through for a Virgo reading before. Okay, I'm not sure. But will you do something? And it's like, yeah, sure, I will. Yeah, but I'm questioning it. It's kind of like someone's in their energy and in their mind that they have something in mind that they want to do, but then they question it, they don't do it, and then it's like, well, I need to question it again. And someone's repetitively doing this, and then they're questioning it. It's a bit like a question and answer. They're also saying something to do with like forms that need to be filled in to do with questions and answers. Someone asks a lot of questions and someone wants an answer, but I don't think all the time someone's prepared to give it that's making someone question the relationship or question. It feels like, well, I'm always being questioned. So what are you asking? And it's like, well, I'm asking this. It's like, will you give me a direct answer? And it's like, well, I will give you a direct answer. I've given you a direct answer. It's like, well, I don't know if that's quite satisfactory enough. So I'm gonna like persist with something. Like, well, I've got this pursuit that I seem to do. Also, they're saying a suit of a lawyer suit or something like putting out a suit. Also, suit and tie. That is something that you might have to dress up for. That could be coming up for the first half of March, if I didn't say. What else? But I'm hearing like lawsuit, something to do with like law. I've heard that one before. Lloyd was also in Lloyd. Okay, Lloyd's also chemist, also a chemist. Lloyd's chemist. That would be in the UK, but well, anywhere. But Lloyd's chemist, something to do with a chemist. Okay, prescriptions of something that. They're saying something to do with like an illness of some sort, and it's something to do with a chemist. I hope people don't mind me channeling, but I just go with the flow as soon as they come in, so please bear with. I'm also hearing like, bear with me just a second. Just bear with me. I just need to analyze, because it's like an analyst, like someone that analyzes something, okay? And they analyze it and analyze it and analyze it to the point of no return. So I don't seem to be getting a return on my investment because of all of this stuff that I've analysed. It doesn't seem to be paying off. So what I need to do is go here to analyse a different situation. But there's just they keep saying analysing, and I'm just analysing and analysing and analysing. Also categorising, like categories of something, like club books. I don't know, but categorising. Like I put this in a category, and then I put this in a category as well. Okay, also cats, something to do with cats. Okay, but category, I put this in a category and I go over that, and then I'm going to put this in a category as well. Okay, and then this in a category. I don't know why I'm picking up degrees, something like degrees, like climates, something to do with like warmer climate, something that's more warmer for you. But I think that's coming through as a relationship as well. It's like, well, I'm warming up to an idea. Okay, so well, I've got this thing and it's going, but I'm warming up to it. And I'm putting everything in categories in order for me to pick which. I don't think that's love life. I mean, what are people at a fairground? Just a right. But category is a bit like shoot the duck, but don't shoot the messenger. Is that, well, I need to put everything in my ducks in a row, so they're all there. So I have things to do. So it feels like you're making a lot of plans, Virgo. Like planning, but they're also saying categorizing, like categories or degrees. Fahrenheit, something to do with the cooker, or something to do with Fahrenheit. You might even be into being a chef, okay, cooking, bakery, also saying a bakery, and something to do with category and degrees of something, like the temperature. So, well, I just need to just make sure of the temperature first before I go and prod it, right? Something like that. I need to make sure of the temperature first before I pry. Also pry. There's a prior, someone that could be having a prior engagement, or the name prior. Okay. But before I pry and before I find out, I need to make sure, because it feels like insurance brokers or something like that. But I need to make sure here first, because I don't want to pry. And it feels like you don't need to pry, because I'm also hearing crying and prying. Okay, crime. Like, well, I don't want to I don't want to make a crime, so I don't want to pry. It's like, well, you're not prying, you're asking a question. It's like, okay, so you're asking a question, there it is, what do you want to do? It's like, well, I don't want to come across as if I'm prying, so I don't want to ask you. It's like, yeah, but I'm not going to know unless you ask. There's something along relationship factors, I think, for you guys, where someone doesn't want to pry, but someone is prying. It's like, you're prying now. It's like, I'm crying now. They keep saying, well, I'm crying now. I'm crying. Something that you know that you might have to let go of, Virgo. Okay? Something that's really important to you, that you know that you're... Because they are also saying fairly well. It's like, well, I'm going to say my fairly well. Okay? And I'm also feeling unwell. Okay? But they're saying, well, I'm going to have to say my fairly wells, and we're going to have to let go of something because we have decisions to make. And we have all of these plans that we're plotting, like we're plotting. I don't think it's a scheme. I think it's that a plotting and a planning, and we've got all of these plans, okay, and they're there, but we're really unsure of whether we want to take them. They're saying this for couples, that we really don't know whether we're taking them or not, and it's the children as well. They're now saying, well, they're really dumping on me today. The children, we don't know if we're coming with them or they're coming like with us or without us. And I think some of you, if you're like planning a future event of traveling, okay, now a physical move or just travel, but it's a lot to do with, I think, that it's like, well, I really don't know yet, because I have to make sure that my children are safe and okay, because I'm picking up like safe as also in Taurus, okay, because that would obviously mean trust and a bank. So I'm thinking that it's a lot to do with, like, well, in order to make sure that we've got this family trust, I think someone's trying to win back the family trust to get back in someone's good graces as well. Well, slow down. Slow down. Okay, so Taurian energy is what I'm feeling, of trust and a bank and a children's like financial, like I've been putting some money aside and I've been putting it aside and I've been putting it aside, and it's now time to look at your bank statements and your bank account, okay, and that it's whether you trust yourself or whether you trust the bank. That's a query that you're going to have to put your own finger on, because it's like, okay, some of you it's family trust and things like that, and we need to put trust back in the family before we can make this move. For some of you as individuals, it's more to do with looking at my bank statements and going over stuff like that of trust, because I have to dip into some savings, they're saying. Something to do with like savings. And if you are going to want to do this project of the timeline that's created for where you would manifest of opportunity, okay, knocking of an opportunity, in order for you to take that, this timeline here where you're presently at now, Virgo, I think that there's a lot of querying, okay, like quantum physics. Quantum physics, they're also saying, wow, quantum physics and quantumizing, or, quantumizing is also like music, okay. So they're also, wow, I hope you're okay with me channeling this, because I'm coming out with loads of stuff. Quantization, okay, is a lot to do with coding and a lot to do with aligning things up, okay. Now, if you look at music study and theory, it's a lot to do with making sure that it all fits in time, okay. If you're looking at music, when I make music, it's a lot to do with quantization and making sure that the beats fit with this, okay. Forget that one, but a deeper look into that is what I'm seeing is it's a lot to do with making sure that everything aligns up first before this transactional move, okay. But quantization of coding, okay, can be very difficult in order to break. That's why I'm picking it up. It's like, well, I'm trying to break some kind of like code or break some sort of record, okay. But I'm also having to break the bank for a lot of you. It's coming across, well, I'm going to have to break the bank first in order for me to do it. But I was kicking on some kind of like message of quantizing, quattro, like a car, like a quattro of a car or something. But in order for me to do all of this, I have to make sure that the code is right towards my bank account. I think a lot of you are going to be asked for your... I think it's got a lot to do with the bank, and I think it's got a lot to do with money, and it's a lot to do with figuring out some kind of like pattern of also oneself's behaviour of one's own, okay, one's own. Because it's saying one zone, as in ozone layer, something to do with the layer or layer or Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla, okay, but later, it's like, okay, well, just later then. Some of you, okay, I'll stick with that message. We are going to get on with your tarot card reading, okay, Virgo. But I think still it's a lot to do with the family thing is what I really want to stick to. That some of this is a trust, and it's like a family trust, and we've built this thing up for quite some time, and it's there. And some of you, I'm thinking that this is a home, okay, and that it's been going for a long time, and you've been paying off like a mortgage or something, and it's finalising something now. It's like, well, it's final now, so I have to make my final decision. Are we going to stay for the family, or are we going to go? Because this is the place that I live, and this is the place that I know. Wow, there's a pun or something, right? But this is the place that I live, and this is the place that I know of, okay? So in order for me to make this financial transactional move, we have to sort out our affairs in the family first to make sure that what we want to do. I think that that's causing some kind of like decision mode in your subconscious head of whether you should do this or whether you shouldn't, okay? And I think it's a lot to do with a timeline of moving, physical movement, okay? Okay, so they are your channeled messages, Virgo. Okay, so now we have changed things up. I have come on the camera. How you doing, Virgo? I really don't like the camera too much because I'm getting old and I'm sort of fat and stuff like that. So, right, but some people are saying, Bob Paystub said, Steve, why don't you put yourself and your face on the camera in order to, people like to see facial expressions. People also like to see body language and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to try something different, Virgo. That is the reason of the change. Okay, also, so let's have a look. That is your channel messages. So now we're going to look into basically the first half of March, because I am kind of late on your timeline, so I'm now just generalizing it as first half, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so Virgo, so basically from now when you watch, and I think it is the 3rd, right? 3rd?
Yep.
3rd of March, but the first half of March, please, for Virgo.
Not a ghost.
It's not a ghost, it's my girlfriend, sorry. She's in the corner. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh. Oh, okay, let's see. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, please, for the first half of March. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Breathe, breathe. I'm hearing breathing. There's something to do with my breathing. I seem to be inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and hail. Hail and pace. Also, it's hail and pace. Lulu, Lulu, come to Harry. And then she smacks her head on the table. So if ever you see a hail and pace, hailing. I'm also hearing Haley, the name Haley, but howling, the howling wolf. Let's see. I think it's a lot to do with Taurus. I don't know why, because it's not the wolf. Not that it's not the wife, I just heard, okay, it's not the wife. That's for you men out there, it's not your wife. Listen, bruv, listen, men, take a seat. It's not your wife. that's what I just said. It's not the wife. It's not the wife. Why on earth is that one coming through? It's not the wife. Or it is the wife. It's like, well, yeah, it's you. It's like, no, it's you. It's like, yeah, no, it's you. It's like, well, am I me or am I you? Who am I in this deal? It's like, oh, well, it's not the wife. Right. That is such a strange message to receive from out of nowhere. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for the first half of March, Spirit. Thank you. So there you go. There's Leo. Okay, so you've got the Sun, but you've also got a lot of family dynamics around where you're living. Okay, so wherever you're staying now, there's a lot of shaking up. Okay, there's the things that are making you go, okay. My decision is that I don't like to say things, but I do like to say things. It's like, well, I don't know how to approach this decision because when I tell them, I've got no idea how they're going to react. So it's like, well, if we're moving from a family home to another place, then how are we going to tell the family that we're actually staying or going? And I think someone's confused because they don't really know what they want. Okay, to do with moving. This is physical movement, because trust me, you live here. Wherever you're living, in the sun or in the shade or whatever, there's a bit like sun and shade. It's like sunny and share, baby. So what on earth? Sorry, a baby. It's something to do with a baby as well, right? But sunny and share. It's like, well, where's the share? Share. It's like share alike, sharing. Share, I don't know why I'm hearing share, the name Cher or Sharon. Sharon! So you're not married to Ozzy Osbourne, right? So there's a lot to do with, like, this is a lot of phallic stuff as well. There's a lot of concern around the home as well, of like, well, I'm so concerned about this that I've got no idea how to tell this person that we're either going to live with them or we're going to live without them. And it's causing such a dynamic that I really don't know how to tell them because I don't know how they're going to respond. I don't know how they're going to react, okay? Because there's some kind of like, oh, okay, some of you, now this really isn't for all of you, Virgo, obviously, okay, but I did hear like radioactive. Now, if any of you have gone through something of an illness that was very radioactive of cancer, okay, so I say that when on very light terms. Well, I mean, everybody should really get checked, right? But I'm hearing that if there was that, because trust me, this is radiotherapy. They're saying that this is music as well, okay? But it's a lot to do with radiotherapy. Something's very therapeutic to you towards music as well, but also radiotherapy. Now, if any of you did get, I mean, because this is really good news and this is really bad news. It's kind of like the good and the bad. It's like, well, before the war is over and Jim Morrison started singing, okay, before the war is over. It's like, well, before it's over, it's began. It's like, well, it's began, it's over. Somebody releases themselves quite quickly, right? That's what they're saying. This is okay. Tread on light toes, Stephen. This is someone that is a phallic card, okay, and it's like it's there. This it's over. It's like it's there and then it's over. It's like, whoa, that was quick, right? But I don't think that's a breakup. I just think that that's generally someone in there. Okay, be careful, Stephen. You're on YouTube. Okay, so. There's a lot to do with like family, and there's a lot of decisions to make, becoming the change. Okay, changing a lot of things about your physical belief. Okay, and obviously the Tower is a shake-up where it's like, well, I have to move. It's because there's half and half. It seems like, well, the first half is there, but the second half is not there. So you've got a message. The first half is there, but you just have to go find the other half, is what they're saying. Well, I just need to find my other half now. So I just need to get them to I need to be able to be prepared to tell them something about the second half. That's what they're saying. That's a football match as well. It's like first half, second half. So that's an awakening, okay? That's a shake up to the truth. But trust me, you can be open. And people say, trust me, you will find many Mr. Smiths out there that will hunt you down and attract your lessons as a karmic flame, okay? This is like a flame. It's like a building of like a building, something to do with like, it's building, and the tension is building, and it's Bill, or the name Bill, or the bills are tension. There's a lot to do with having to financially move, but take a risk. This is a risk, Okay, a big risk that it feels like you're going to have to take, Virgo. Okay, a chance. It's like, well, will you take a chance on me? It's like, well, I'll take a chance. But a lot to do with a risk of, like, either a mortgage settlement or a rented place or an apartment, they're also saying a store, but apartment. Some of you are physically looking for renting out a workplace placement where you can go to like a building and then you like, because I don't know why, but I'm picking up that this is someone that works in a tall building and they rent out an actual, like, either an apartment or they rent out a like it's a full building and you go into work and there's where that's your place. You rent that out to work there. Okay, a bit like this, but this is a room, but I don't, but like, you know, you go there to rent it out. Okay, it's because they also say, well, I want to rent that. I want to rent that. So what's your decision? Because it's like a rental. It's also like a camper van, they're also saying, like a family camper van or a family outing. And it's like, we don't know if it's sturdy. It's like steady. It's steady. Stacy also, but sturdy. It's like, well, it's sturdy. It's like, yeah, but it's solid as a rock. Oh, something to do with like, well, that's solid as a rock. That's got, like, you've got stuff in the carburetor. Or better. It's like, well, we can find something better. Or so you might be told yes, no. It's like, well, there's one there, but there's something better. It's like, no, we're going to wait for something better. So it feels like you've got an opportunity there, and it's not. Virgo, hello. Good news. Ah, brilliant. We've got good news. And it's like, oh, God, I really don't know if I want that now. It's like, well, there's probably something better in the future. So, Stephen, please get on with the reading. Thanks. So, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for the first half of March 2020. Something's wrong with my cards today. Okay, so this is an offer that's going to be turned down. Okay, turn over and turn down. Now, just because this could be a Scorpio card, it doesn't mean that it's coming from a Scorpio. It could be to a Scorpio, from a Scorpio. I am not a jurisdiction. Okay, jurisdiction. Okay, jury. Something to do with jurisdiction. What's that word? Jurisdiction. I don't know. Oh, you're doing your ad word thing again. Jurisdiction. Okay. Jurisdiction. It's like, well, I'm going to have to first look into this jury. Okay. But again, during the war, like Grandad said,
legal decisions and judgments.
Yeah, judgments. So you're facing judgment, pretty much. Okay, legal decisions. And it's a lot to do with the legal department. So however that is. But it's also to do with a department store, is what they're saying. Like a clothing aisle or something, like a department store. But this is an offer that it's like, well, we've got an offer, but we don't want it. It's like, well, I've got a good thing there, but I don't want it. It's like, well, it's a good, sure bet that someone's not going to take this offer. So if it's like, well, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board then, okay? So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board and see if this person will take this offer. This is a different reading than what I'm normally used to, Virgo. I mean, your love life at the moment, if you're like in love life, it just seems to be miles apart, distant apart. It's half and half. It's like, well, you're my half and I'm your half, but how can we learn to coexist and live with one another? Because you physically need to move. Because trust me, this person's not moving, so they're not budging. It could also be a Taurian energy. Okay, it can be a Scorpio rising, Taurus descending, opposite way around, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean the energy is coming from them. It just means, well, you're not moving. It's like, well, I'm not moving. It's like, well, are you moving? It's like, well, yeah, I'm looking, but I'm not moving. It's like, oh. I don't know where these energies are coming from. It feels like a bit of a battle at the moment to get someone to physically move, okay? To physically move and to get them to persuade and it's like blue suede shoes. It's like, well, I'm trying to put my shoes on. So give me a minute to think. It's like, I just need to sit here because I'm concentrating on these three, which is also my children. So you could have 2, maybe 3 children, and that's stopping your decision because you are more concerned about these 3 people here, that taking their needs and factors. There's so many factors, they're saying, facts and figures, and there's so much to snort, or okay, because there's a pipeline. right? But something to do with, well, there's so much to sort out, okay, that I just can't. I physically can't at the moment. So I'm just stuck, you know, basically. I'm just stuck. But some of you are so concerned if you are like have Virgo, you are Virgo sun sign, or you have Virgo in your chart, and it's a lot to do with family, okay, that could also have like Leo in families, okay, it could have Leo in the chart, okay. It's still a lot to do with like, well, how are we going to tell the children? Because we can't take it because we've still got a family home. So the family estate and the family home's there. So it's like, okay, Virgo, we've got an offer for you. It's like, nah, I don't know if I'm going to take it. Okay. So there's a lot to do with, well, I really don't know if I want to take it or not. So there's a lot of chances that you're going to have to take in order to create your new timeline. All timelines, as soon as you start it, can go drastically wrong. Who knows? But it's still your karma. It's still something that you have to confront a fear. Okay, so it's like the final frontier. It's a lot to do with like tear. That's why I picked up with crying of something that you know you might have to let go because it's the final frontier. Okay, so that you might also be releasing and letting go of a tear. Also, I'm hearing like Patron. If you run Patron, you get tears. But it's like, well, I'm going to have to let go of something as well. Because it's tears to a cake. It's tears to a clown also. Bow, 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 bow. Tears of a clown. The tears of a clown is like because someone Leos can be like, you know, fun, happy, jolly, and it's like, well, tears of a clown. You make me cry, you make me sad, but you make me want you. It's like, well, I want you, I don't want you, I want you, I don't want you. It's like, will you make up your mind? Right? But it's tears of a clown. It's like, well, I just make you. You make me laugh, you make me funny, but you also make me angry and mad. It's like, don't make me. Well, you said, okay, so. Does he make you laugh? No, but he doesn't make me cry. That's what I heard. Does he make you laugh? No, but he doesn't make me cry. So something like that. Someone's going to get a receiving energy and say, well, I always make you laugh. It's like, well, at least I don't make you cry. Something like that. I make you laugh, but at least I don't make you cry. Because it's cry, cry, cry. Cry, 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 I'm gonna cry myself blind. Wow, I forget the band. Cry Myself Blind. They were the ones that sang a few others. I'm not going to try and delay the reading anymore, but Cry Myself Blind. I'm gonna cry myself blind. Ever since you left me, I've been done up for your love. I've been crazy since you left me. I'm sorry for what I've done. Why did you go? Why did you go? I'm going crazy. Cry, cry, cry. Cry, cry, cry. Yeah, I'm going to cry myself blind. It's like, I'm crazy since you left me. Because it's something to do with like leaving, Virgo. I'm going to stop those messages there, but it's definitely something to do with like leaving, and I'm going to have to cry myself blind, meaning, well, I do this secretly. There's something about secret. There's also something that someone can't put their finger on and they're spot on. It's like, I just can't seem to put my finger on this urge that I have, and I cry myself blind through it. Because, oh no, we're not going to start divulging into further hidden depth feelings and emotions. But trust me, Virgo, please keep an open mind. These are life, personal readings and people's lives, you know. So, also takes a lot of belief to get channeled messages, because I can never tell if a channeled message is a future prediction, if it's a past message, or if it's a present message. They are literally just messages, and they can come from nowhere, okay? So if some people say, no, well, that's not relating to me, that hasn't happened to me, check back on it at the end of the week or the end of the month and continue on. It can still be a future prediction that you forgot about. Oh, I've gone to 10 other thousand channels, and then I'm missed going back to find out what the future message could be, okay? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus continue on for the first half of March for Virgo. Okay, standards. Well, my standard, I'm also here. Well, my stand, I've got a plan. Is that, what's your plan? Because someone's trying to do something sneaky. 7. If I haven't showed you these cards, I do apologise. 11. Okay, so you're mirroring. 2. okay, a decision. You're mirroring 4 to 7. It's because you make progression, but it's still like, well, I'm going to just pick up all my stuff and go then. Because 7s are still like chasing and running, right? Because they're running, they're moving, and they're taking stuff. So it's like, well, you know, what are you going to do then? Because if you're not going to move, I'm just going to take all this stuff, or I'm just going to take my time. It's like, well, I'm just going to have to take my time then. You know, take my time. Definitely involving Scorpio. You've got a lot of Scorpio here. Scorpio. What are you lot up to, Scorpio? Please don't hate. It's a Virgo reading. Okay, but there's a lot of like, well, I'll just take my time then, and I'll take this, and I'll also take that. A lot of you, it's like, well, we're just going to have to get all of this stuff, cram it all together, stick it in a shed. I'm also hearing like a shed where it's like, well, where can we store all of this stuff? Because we've got loads of things here, and where are we going to take it? It's like, well, we can't take all of it. We're going to have to leave some of it behind. Okay, so we're going to have to leave some of it behind, but we can take a couple of things. It's like, well, hold on a minute. Let me just get my overnight brush and my thingy brush and my hair dryer and I'll be gone. It's like, okay, where on earth are you going, Virgo? Because it feels like this is also like living in illusion. Like, well, I'm living in a... Because you might get this response from someone that they could say for or against, I've got no idea. But you're living in illusion if you think that that's going to happen. It's like, you know, don't fear things, because trust me, this 7 here is fearing stuff. It's like, well, I'm fearing and fearing. It's like, well, I'm fearing something to do with it. Also an earring. So don't forget your earrings, because someone could have took your earrings. Or hearing. Order in court. Okay, yes, please take the stand. You are now convicted through taking someone's jewels. Jules Verne. Back to the Future. The past returns itself for a book. I just come back to get a book. I forgot my book. My books. Why did I say that one? I forgot to put up my books. I forgot to... Something to do with someone's books. Because trust me, this looks like a book stand. It's like there's loads of books all in this shelf. So we're like, well, just put me back up on the shelf then. But why would a book be saying that? A cook, or a book. So I'll just put my book on the shelf. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Virgo. I've got no idea why I was going along with that one. But where have you got your stuff? It's like, well, I can take a little bit. Because a lot of this is to do with time. It's metaphysical time of illusion, because you've got no idea which way to go with this one. Okay. Because you don't. Because you've got so many different things that you can choose. Okay. But it feels like, to me, blue suede shoes. Well, I've got my shoes, and I've got my toothbrush, and I've got my main things, but now we really don't know if we're taking it or not. So you've got offers. You're going to have offers and stuff that's going to come into you, and you're going to have to decide which one you take. 7, it never really relates to anybody else apart from you and the people that you know, okay? So you're going to be in this state of like, well, I don't know which offer or opportunity to take. Okay, but trust me, this person is pouring one of them away, because someone's also took 2. Okay, so 2 of Cups, 11. 2 of these cups have been taken already. So it feels like, well, I've already took it. So it's like, you are living in illusion if you've already took that. It's like, have you took that offer yet? It feels like someone's pressuring you to make a decision, or you feel under pressure and say, well, have you took that yet? Have you took it yet? And it's like, I don't know how to tell you. It's like, well, have you took it yet? Because you've took your time, so have you taken something? Someone might also ask if you've or you might, if you've stolen something. It's like, well, have you taken something? It's like, no. Around the family, it's like, have you taken something? No. A lot of you, if it isn't, it's a lot to do with like taking your time to make this decision. It's like, well, I'll take my time, I'll bide my time, and I'll take my time, and I'll also take it. So if there's like, well, I got a lot of time on my hands, Steve, so I'm going to still be searching. Okay, but it feels like someone takes a lot of time to do something. It's like, well, what option do you want in life? What things do you want? Do you want this? Do you want to move there? Do you want this job, or do you not want that job, or do you want to live here? Do you want to live there? Where do you want to go? It's like, well, I really don't know. I don't know which one to take, because I've got 2 offers. Also, well, I've got another offer. So you can have a lot of offers in life, Virgo, to do with whatever. If that's people, then you're lining men up by the row, right? Or women. But good luck with your karma. When people say, you've got decisions. I mean, how many decisions do people have in life? There you go, if it relates to people, right? I don't know why people like pick people. But 10, there you go. So it's a lot to do with a financial stable offer that you're going to get. Trust me. But you're either going to overspend or you're going to overgive. But trust me, something to do with that, because something is going to be taken out of your bank account. So whatever it is, be very careful around retrograde sort of times. But there could be, there's two factors, which I cannot really tell you. Someone is taking a lot of time to make a decision of what to do about this money, okay, and whether they want to spend it or whether they don't want to spend it, okay. They're also worrying and fearing and thinking, well, I've got so many things that I want in my life that I don't know whether it's the money or whether it's the home or whether it's the house or the relationship or whether I'm just going to take my time to save up more, okay, because it's a bit like, well, more or less, more or less, more or less. Okay, so it's like, well, I'm going to take my time because I've now got all of this money and all this opportunity that's here, but I don't know which one to take still. Because I've got dreams of stuff where I can actually make more, okay, because it feels like there's more to for something. It seems to be more, okay, but for some instances, be careful, because I don't know what these are until I start to clarify them, but the 7 is taking something, right? They're also taking their time, but they've also took it. It's like, well, I've took the offer here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 of Cups. So you're also like triggering to do with like taking your time of a financial move of a job or a home. Okay? It's like, well, I'm out there searching, Steve. You know, I'm putting in my time and I'm putting in my effort, because where I'm at, I'm just really not that happy. So I'm putting in the time, I'm putting in the effort, I'm putting in CVs, I'm putting things to people, okay, because I'm studying 4 of Cups. I'm here just writing stuff down, going over it. So I'm at home, okay? I'm at home, I've got time, so I'm going to take my time to get to this 10 of Pentacles. Take your time, Virgo. So you get something. You get the Knight. It tells you something very quick. So you're going to get a message in very, 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 very quickly. For a start, it might be a little slow. I think that you're going to put in the time and the effort to think about what you want, whatever that is to do with. I'm going to think about what I want, and then all of a sudden you're going to get a big message here very fast about, do you want to take this? Do you want to take it? Because they're going to tell you. Do you want to take it? Do you want to take this money? It's like, listen, I can't chuck so much money at you. How much money do you want? Right? How much money do you want for it? Because it's a bit like buying and selling. It's like, cool, you've got this. Well, you've got that. How much do you want for that? Which doesn't mean money, because no one's going to offer you money for money, right? It's not money for nothing, and it's not dire straits. So someone could be in a little bit of dire, or someone could have gastral problems, something to do with that. But dire straits, it's like, well, I'm in dire straits, Steve. Someone could have some money and someone couldn't, okay? Because there is a dynamic there. It's like, well, I've got money, but I haven't got enough money. So we haven't quite accumulated enough money yet. So that's why I'm taking my time, because I don't know if I've actually got enough or if I can afford it. So that's why you seem to be biding your time. Okay? And it is a lot to do with like your kids as well, because the family are here. So your family, trust me, are always around you. So these are your kids, if you've got them. And if you've got them, this is what they're going through also in their financially situational life. That they're facing things around the home and the house, and like someone moving in or moving out. If your children are in relationships and they're part of your dynamic of what you're deciding of that first reading, then they're obviously part of this, of wondering, well, where are we going then, Mum, Dad? What are we doing? And what are we going to do for money? Because some of it is like, well, what are we going to do for money? It's like, well, I can get another job. It's like, yeah, but we don't know yet. So how are we going to know? Like, there's a lot of like unknown feeling. But some of you, you're going through this with a younger child because they're either like taking their time looking for work, okay? And it could well be frustrating you by you saying, listen, will you please just move, and will you get a job, and will you do something? if someone hasn't, right? Will you please just do something and move and take one of these choices, because I'm giving you them and I'm telling you that you have quite a lot of things in life that you could do, and I'm willing to put the work into you, but are you willing to put the work in for me? Okay? And if you don't, then, well, someone's in for it. Someone's in for it, right? In for a grilling. Wow, we're done 40 minutes. Okay, very nice to meet you all, Virgo, by face to face. If you do like these, then just let me know. If you prefer to see the cards also, please let me know as well. Let me know what you think. Okay, I really would appreciate anything that you can do to help out the channel with a like, share, comment, give it to another channel, write to them or something, and ask if they can give me a shout out. That would really help me out. If I get rewarded, trust me, I reward all of the people as well. I believe so much in equality that there has to be something for something that you're doing. There has to be a purpose. And if I have a purpose, then things will change, okay? But at the moment, I've put the price line down to $5. It went from 16 to 5. If you want to watch for a whole month, then you can watch all of your readings, and people must be sick to death of me saying this that have watched it already, okay? But if you've just found it, for Patreon, you get to join for $5, and that gives you every single reading constantly that goes straight to here to Patreon, and you can watch them all, okay? And you can just decide to join for a month, but it's literally $5. Really what that is, Virgo, it just supports me, okay, in order to keep doing readings. But also you get something in return. So I'll put it down to $5, okay? You can find that in the show more section below. We continue on with your timeline. Sometimes when people build up, I will do thoughts and feelings, but I will do them separately and more than likely just for patrons. Okay, so I really can't say. But if you want a personal reading, you can reach out from the link below in the show more section. Also with Patreon, also with any other multimedia site that I run, you can find all of those links below, and then we do the rest of your reading. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks very much, Virgo, for your time. Really appreciate it. Peace out.